What's up, guys? I am heading back to the Adirondacks for a 4-day, 3-night solo canoe trip. I am so excited to finally head back. I've got all of my gear here just kind of bombed out all over the table, and I thought, why not show you guys what it is that I pack for a canoe or a kayak trip. If you're someone that's done these trips before, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments. And if you're somebody that's new to canoe tripping, I hope this video can help you create your gear list. Okay, first off, and maybe most obvious, you have to bring a map, right? It's not an option. Bring a map. This is the North Paddler's map for the Adirondacks region. This river right here is actually the Oswegatchie, where I stayed back in the fall. So you can bring a map like this. The bigger ones are, they're kind of cumbersome. They're not really convenient to use in your canoe. So if you're trying to navigate with a map in your boat, I would suggest doing something like this. So what I do is I'll take this map, I'll take a picture of the area where I'm canoeing, and I will print it out and laminate it. So if you have an option to use the laminator, I would highly suggest doing this. It works awesome. This can get all kinds of dirty. You just wipe it off. It can get wet, and it's just not big and bulky like it is with this. So this, using it in your canoe, is awesome. Your phone is also a great resource for getting around. Just don't solely rely on it. I have what's called Avenza Maps. If you've ever seen Avenza, it's available on iPhone and Android. Awesome app for navigation. So it works offline. You don't have to have a Wi-Fi signal or Bluetooth or anything like that. You can put your phone in airplane mode and it'll still have a signal to track your GPS location. Another thing I'm always sure to bring is a compass. So I leave this one attached to my PFD at all times. So you've got your map, you've got your compass, you've got your phone. Those are all great for navigation, but one thing I do want to mention as well is the option to bring a PLB. Now, a personal location beacon like this is a Garmin InReach Mini, is kind of dealer's choice, whether you feel that you need it or not. It depends on what type of trip you're doing, how far into the park or into the backcountry you're going, and what your experience level is. So me personally, this trip that I'm doing in the Adirondacks, I'm not going that deep into the park, so I don't feel the need to bring this, but let me tell you a few reasons why I do like this thing. One of the things I really like about the Garmin InReach Mini is that you can two-way text with it. So I have kind of the peace of mind of knowing that my family's okay at home, being able to text my wife. So it has that option. Obviously for you yourself, it has an SOS button on it. So you can signal for emergency services if you ever have an emergency. You can upload weather reports and maps. This thing kind of does it all. It's completely up to you whether you feel you should bring one of these or not. Listen, nobody likes a dry sack, right? But you're going to want to bring this if you're going on a canoe trip. Otherwise known as a dry pack or a dry bag. Let's just call it that, shall we? This is a 115-liter dry bag. So this thing will last. You could fill this thing for probably a week or 2-week trip. It's way overkill for what I'm doing. I'm only going for a 4-day trip. But my only options are this big one and a 55-liter that I have. And honestly, all of my gear is not ultra light. It's not that small, so I wouldn't be able to fit it in the 55-liter. So this will work for me. And this is a Seal Line 115-liter Boundary dry bag. Next up, and this is why I need a larger dry pack, is my tent. So my tent is a Marmot Crane Creek 2-person tent. We all know kind of how that works. It's really like a 1.5 person. It's not the smallest thing in the world. It's not the biggest thing in the world. But what is big on it and makes it hard to pack are the tent poles. So the poles themselves are pretty long. It would make it really, really hard for me to get this into the 55-liter pack. But I love this tent and I'm going to bring it. Another one of my larger items would be my sleeping bag. So my sleeping bag is a 55-degree Ascend. So this is what I use in the summer. So my sleeping pad is a Climate Insulated Static V Light. It is definitely a nice sleeping pad. I don't find that the construction of it, these ribs down the middle, is the most comfortable thing to sleep on. They say it's for side sleepers, but I haven't had too much luck with that. It is a nice pad though, very, very light. Very, very warm at 4.4 R value, so I would still suggest it. It is a good piece of gear that you can throw and not worry about. Next up is a pillow. This is not my pillow. This is my clothes bag. So you could just use your clothes bag. If you're trying to go ultra lightweight and you don't want to carry anything extra, this will work. So you can do this, but I like to be comfortable. Really, that's what you're doing, right? Camping, you want to get out, relax, have a good time. I like to get a good night's sleep. So I have a Teton Sports 18 by 12, kind of a collapsible pillow. Next up, let's talk quickly about clothes. This is an Outdoor Research 5-liter, beautiful dry bag, nice and lightweight. Really like this thing. What I actually have in my clothes bag is not a whole lot, so you don't need to overpack clothes. That's something that I've learned along the way. I used to bring clothes for every single day and realized that I was carrying like half my weight in clothes. So it's okay to be dirty out in the woods, right? I have 2 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of underwear, and 2 t-shirts. The weather on this trip is supposed to be fantastic. It's like a high of 78 or so and a low of 60. So I'm just right in that perfect range where I don't need a ton of clothes. So that's all that I'm going to bring, and I'll be happy with just this. The forecast does call for some thunderstorms, so I will bring these rain pants, a rain jacket, and also a microfiber towel just to dry off. From there, this is my wood processing kit. So I have a new Fisker's axe to try out. It's actually a small 14-inch hatchet. The Agua Canyon Boreal 21 folding saw. And this is my kit. I just keep a few fire starters in there. There's some tinder that I've picked up on trails along the way while I'm hiking, and a lighter. So some people might make fun of this little axe, but I think it's really cool. So it's a Fisker's, it's actually a garden axe, right? But it's one solid piece. It has a lanyard wrap that I put on it. It's all black. I painted the sheath black as well. But this is going to do the trick. It's small, 14 inches. It fits perfectly in my pack. And it's just going to be kind of my do-it-all knife and axe. I'm not even going to bring a knife on this trip. So this will be more for like splitting down kindling. I'll use the saw to cut down different sections of wood. And then I'll use this to chop up the rest. So I can't really give a total opinion on it yet until I use it. But I have a feeling that I will definitely like this. Okay, so next up, let's talk about food. So food and water. As far as food goes, I like to dehydrate my own meals. So I have spaghetti that I made recently. I'm hoping to shoot a video on how I made this dehydrated spaghetti. Chili con carne, which is my grandmother's recipe. I love having this out in the woods. I do have a video on how to make this, so check that out if you'd like. And then I am going to bring a couple of the pre-made ones. So I've always wanted to try this one. This is Pad Thai by Backpackers Pantry. If you've ever seen Chris Prouse's videos, she does great trips in Algonquin with her wife Julia, and they swear by the Pad Thai. So I've got to try this out. I saw it; it was only $6, so I had to grab it. Okay, so I just got done laying out all of my meals, and I thought I'd show you guys what it is that I'm actually bringing. So I'm getting there about midday, so night one I've got something a little special to make. I won't be carrying this around the whole time. I'm going to end up taking it back to the car because I'm staying on an access lake. So day two, breakfast is just oatmeal. I've got coffee for all 3-4 days that I'm there. Chicken salad for lunch, so I'll make a wrap. I've got some drink mixes, spaghetti that I made, so it's dehydrated spaghetti, and then things like peanut M&Ms, some mixed nuts, and beef jerky. Day three, this would be, is Pop-Tarts, and obviously I can change this up however I want. I don't have to have this on day three. Same thing for lunch, a wrap, the Pad Thai. I've got Sour Patch Kids and pretzel sticks. And then on my last day, different kind of oatmeal. This is strawberries and cream oatmeal. Cliff Bar if I want it for lunch, which I can't imagine I'm going to want all of this and lunch too. And then I've got extra snacks here, hot chocolate if I want it, peanut M&Ms, chili con carne, and more snacks. And then it's important to bring something like this, just a garbage bag, so you can put all of your wrappers in and take them out. As for cooking up my meals, I use a Toaks 900 milliliter titanium pot. So inside of that nests my solo stove. So check this out. I absolutely love this Toaks 900 mil pot. Inside of there is the solo stove. So this is a twig stove, very, very similar to the Bush Buddy. So if you've seen the Bush Buddy in other videos, the solo stove is very similar to it, only it's a fraction of the price. It's about half. So I'll show you that as well. this is the stove, and the top of it just nests right on top. So it's really cool. This nests inside of here, and then this nests inside of here. And then also I even have a scrubby pad that sits on the bottom. So I've got the whole cook system all in one. As far as eating, I've got a small titanium spork. So this is the only thing that I bring. I do store my food and hang my food at night in this 10-liter Field & Stream dry pack. One last thing for food, I just picked up this Eco Art collapsible bowl. So this thing's really cool. You can see how easy that was. I did it with one hand. Boop. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know I'm huge into coffee, and I make cowboy coffee, so I just boil it right inside of my titanium pot. And to drink my coffee, I've got a Kuxa that was carved by my buddy Kijo. So Kijo, thank you. I love this thing, and I will definitely take it on my trip. So maybe cowboy coffee's not your thing. You can get something like this. There are things called an AeroPress, or another one that I have is the GSI Outdoors Java Press. This thing works very good to basically push the grounds from your coffee to the bottom, so you're not drinking any coffee grounds. In typical me style, I started talking about coffee before I started talking about water. So before coffee, you're definitely going to want to make sure you can just get water. This is a Canoe Be-Free. This is just the bottle. The filter is what's actually going to filter your water for you, right? So this is something I love. This has a great flow rate. I combine it with the HydroPack Flux bottle. So these do fit together. I get a lot of questions on this. I have a couple videos on this. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear. So I take 2 ways to filter water. So just in case one bottle breaks, I have no concerns on this one. I've showed it before. This is like unbreakable material. But even if it did, pinholes and things can happen. So I always bring a second source. They fold down completely flat. So check this out. There's like nothing to it at all. So I'll put it in my PFD, and I'll fill up both bottles to have a bunch of water at camp. You'll of course want to bring a first aid kit as well. So make sure you bring a first aid kit that works for you, that has gauze wrap, even just simple things like aspirin and Benadryl for allergy relief, and lots of TP, because you never know. Another thing I want to show you that's really, really cool. This is the Crush Light by Goal Zero. So I picked this up this week from Cabela's. It was $25. It folds down flat just like the bowl does that I showed you. Only check this light out. It is extremely bright. Like, I am super impressed by this. So I'll hang it in my tent. It'll light up my entire tent. It's got different modes so the battery lasts longer, and it even has color modes. So blue, green, you get it. Once it's all broken down, it'll take virtually no room in your pack. Okay, last thing that I'll suggest to you guys to bring are a good pair of leather gloves. So these are great for cooking on the fire. You're definitely not going to want to touch hot cookware and things and not have a good pair of gloves. So bring these. Okay, so we're down to just the last few things. A lot of this is optional. This is kind of my odds and ends kit. So if I open this up, I'll show you guys what I keep in here. Extra battery pack for my phone and for the GoPro, paracord, toothbrush, deodorant, just some of the basic things like that. Toothpaste, obviously, and a headlamp. Well, guys, that wraps it up for me. So that's everything that I bring. Some additional things that you might want to consider would be like a rocket stove, additional cookware like a pan with some utensils, bear spray. If you're concerned about bears in your area, be sure to bring some bear spray. This is actually a horn, an air horn or bear spray. There's other like smaller pillows and things that you could bring, a flashlight. The list goes on, right? So nobody's list is exactly right. Everybody brings whatever gear works best for them. So get out there, try it. If it's your first canoe trip, go somewhere safe, somewhere easy, or go with a friend. Just get out, try things, and have a good time. That's what we're all here for, is to just go camping, enjoy the outdoors, get outside, and have fun. So thank you guys so much for your support. I can't wait to go to the Adirondacks. I can't wait to shoot another movie. So, well, I don't know if it's a movie, but a video. So thank you for your support again, and hit the bell button to be notified when that next video comes out. Thanks, guys. Now let's go camping.